all. But for this particular engagement, we already have about 5 or 6 contractors, and we are looking for the lead role,
Okay.
and mostly the job is managing their data recovery side of it, and at the same time doing some rehydrations and things like that, and making sure you are able to recover from those kind of stuff, right? So with that, maybe like talk to me a little bit about your experience and how you managed your workloads within Capital One, Fannie and other areas. Okay.
Yeah, sure. When I worked at Capital One, I also involved in rehydration process, servers rehydration process. I am pretty much familiar with that process.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. In Capital One, I am working in Fannie Mae. I am working as a site reliability engineer, working on various kinds of Amazon Cloud administration, working on S3 buckets, working on various kinds of IAM, AWS IAM roles, S3 buckets, and auto scaling groups. Good experience on the rehydration process, Amazon side. Good experience on Elastic Block Storage. Uh, I have worked on most of the AWS services, almost 15 AWS services. Uh, Apart
Mm-hmm.
from that, I am responsible for CI/CD pipeline setup. Our CI/CD pipelines are Jenkins-based Groovy pipelines. Our pipelines have various stages, and we have integrated uh, uh, well, Bitbucket and Artifactory, Nexus, Nexus Artifactory, uh, and like Kubernetes, Docker. We have Docker build, test, deployment will happen through the Jenkins pipeline, and we'll push those Docker images to the Docker Hub or container registry. Um, and we have automated our CI/CD pipeline from check-in stage to deployment stage. Whenever developer check in their code, automatically our pipeline triggers, and it will do the next stage will be the code analysis using Sonar Cube analysis or Covertura, semantic errors, test coverage will be done, and we have yeah, after testing phase these will be moved to the repository deployment. Maven, using Maven or Gradle, those will be deployed to the Artifactory. And we have Kubernetes also. I'll do Kubernetes deployment also using uh, with the help of Helm charts. We'll do Kubernetes deployment. Uh, yeah, I'm pretty much familiar and comfortable with working on Kubernetes clusters, microservices
Okay.
deployment.
Can you talk to me about the rehydration process at Capital One and how it actually works?
Yeah. Um, so coming to rehydration, AMI rehydration, first of all, we actually have a old version of process inside the application. So first of all, we started with the updating, replacing the existing AMI to ensure that the image was recreating using new version of the update. We determine what updates are necessary. We did some automation process. I have initiated some automation process inside when we create a new version. Those updates will happen while creating the new version. So uh, that is also one thing we have implemented in Capital One. We'll launch the new instances. Yeah.
Did you use the managed pipeline there?
Managed pipeline, no, we haven't used
Okay.
managed pipeline.
So how did the rehydration process, like how does it kick in, and how are you maintaining that whole infrastructure as code as well as all your configuration information? Where does it all go? Do you know?
Um, so we got a custom Lambda function automating the Amazon rehydration process.
Okay, that's what you used at Capital One.
Yeah,
Which team was this?
a cybersecurity team.
Cybersecurity. Okay. You have not heard about their managed pipeline.
We have a managed pipeline also, but mostly we did rehydration process in this manner.
Okay. No, the
So,
managed.
but did you work with one pipeline?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what Sadia is getting to.
Right.
One pipeline. Yep.
Yeah, they call it MOPL now. I think recently, previously it was one pipeline. So that whole thing is essentially managed by the cloud productivity engineering team that actually has a lot of backend tools and technologies that will do all that stuff for the development team. So I was wondering whether you have experience on that.
Yeah, I do have experience using the pipeline. I used a lot.
So how did that process work? Can you like talk me through? Let's say you are doing the rehydrations on a weekend or a evening or whatever, right? What are all the configurations you look for, or if you have to change some things, where do you change? You know, those kind of details.
Um, okay. So we have various parameters which we use Amazon side. So um, we have so how can I say? So we have infrastructure as a code. So we define the base instance inside that. Base instance is defined
Which tool did you use for infrastructure as code?
in a Terraform.
Okay. Let's get it more detailed into the Terraform. Can you talk to me about what is the primary difference between Terraform module and a Terraform resource?
Okay. Terraform module and Terraform resource. Okay. Terraform module and Terraform resource. Terraform module is primarily like a full-fledged collection of the entire code, which is executed as a single whole. So resource is a single infrastructure component.
Okay, and what is the advantage of writing modules?
Uh, so modules can be reused again and again, right? So it's always preferred to use Terraform modules for reusability purpose.
Okay. What kind of providers you have used in Terraform other than like standard cloud, AWS, and other ones? Anything else you have used?
Yeah, we used other cloud providers also, uh, like
Apart from the cloud providers, any other providers you have used?
containerization.
Yeah, like for any monitoring stuff, maybe, or like a Datadog, New Relic, or all this type of provider. They have a lot of providers.
Yeah, we used Datadog as well application for the to see the application health. Uh, we used New Relic also, App Dynamics.
Okay. All right. I will jump a little bit into Docker and Kubernetes. Can you tell me what is the best practice of creating a Docker image?
Oh, okay, sure. For Docker image creation, the best practice that we can actually do uh, is write the Docker file. We have to write the Docker file from the scratch. So inside this, we have to first of all we have to um, provide the instructions one by one how to create the image, step of various steps how to create the Docker file to
Can you
reduce.
give me some of the things? Have you actually created any Docker image before?
Yeah, I have created various Docker images.
Can you tell me like some of the commands you have used within the Docker file and how they work?
Yeah. To, so for creating a Docker image, we can use multi-stage Docker. Um, uh, do you want me to tell the commands which I
Yeah, like
use?
some few commands that you have used within a Docker file.
Okay. So first we have to npm commands, like first we have to create the image, whatever the OS we want to install, that one we have to mention at the top, uh, and we will provide some copy commands.
Okay. Let's get into maybe a little bit of networking. Can you tell me what's the difference between FTP and SFTP?
Okay. FTP is file transfer protocol. File transfer protocol, and it is coming to SFTP. SFTP is like a secure file transfer protocol.
Okay.
Both of them
So
are
what makes
actually
it
used.
secure?
So we'll have end-to-end protection where we have SFTP, where we use the SSL certification for the we'll use SSL certs for SFTP.
Right. So we use SSL certifications and everything, but what
Secure
makes it secure comparative to FTP? Why do we call it secure?
SSL certificates help us to make it sure the encryption is happen securely.
Okay, so that's the transfer is basically the data is
Secure.
encrypted completely end to end, right? You know, in
Correct.
FTP,
Yeah.
if somebody is able to tap into the network, they would be able to read your data, passwords, everything. That's what I was looking for. Okay. Let's look at Kubernetes. Can you tell me some of the major components of Kubernetes cluster and how they interact with each other?
Sure. So major components are API server and HCD. Others manage the central containerized application. There is a control bin which has the API server and HCD, as well as the control manager, which manages various controllers that monitor the cluster, um, and uh, and we ensure that the desired state machines matches the actual state, includes controllers for replication of the nodes.
Okay, let's say I have a 5-node Kubernetes cluster, and one of the nodes just dies, right? You know, what happens in that particular scenario, and what components are responsible for dealing with that situation, and what they do?
Yeah, so if a node dies, if the Kubernetes cluster in production, the control plane components detect the failure and work to maintain the cluster desired state by rescheduling by by reschedule and recreating the replicating the new node.
Okay, let's say the cluster is fixed size, five nodes, and I haven't configured any new node creation. So but what happens in that particular case? There is no provisioning capability right now in my cluster. It's max 5 nodes. One node dies. What happens?
So what happen is other nodes will actually use which uses the pod consistency um, algorithm in a fixed right um, fixed nodes without auto scaling. It adds Kubernetes will attempt to maintain the desired state by rescheduling the pod from the failed node into the remaining healthy nodes.
Okay, let's say I have 10 parts on that failed node, right? It is able to migrate 8 of them, and 2 of them are failing. Can you think about all the reasons why that can happen?
Yeah. So If two of them are failing, it can be because of the insufficient resources on that specific container. Kubernetes node failure occurs uh, insufficient resources or CPU over CPU utilization, um, other things. So we need to identify.
Okay. Let's get into a little bit of agile process. You have done all the Jira stories and everything like that, right?
Yes.
Um, within within your team, you're leading a team, and one engineer consistently is never updating the Jira stories, or even if he updates it, he doesn't put the details. What would you do with that particular person? What's your process of like mentoring, coaching, or whatever? Yeah.
In that situation, I'll call him on one-on-one meeting. Uh, we'll talk to him. I'll explain how it impacts to the whole team to reach the targets. So uh, I'll explain him.
He's doing the work. He actually does the work, but he doesn't document it on the Jira story.
Um,
So how would you convince him that why it is important?
so whatever the work he does, nobody sees that. Generally will go through the stories, will see the updates, right, what up to where he has completed the stories. So that is very important. So I'll explain the same thing to him. We need to see
Yeah.
the status where he is up to where he completed with the screenshots.
Okay. Yeah, essentially the collaboration becomes very difficult, and if somebody else has to take over it, they won't know where he is and what he has done, right? And at the same time, there is auditing procedures also within the company to make sure people are compliant with that. If some configuration needs to be changed, if there is no evidence of that, somebody just says done, maybe he made a mistake because lack of knowledge or whatever, or misunderstanding, right? Those are the stuff that I'm looking at. All right. What else? Okay, let's take a general question in terms of again a team member within the team you're leading with. Is generally not available. You ping him on Slack channel or Teams or something like that. He responds very late. Sometimes the response doesn't come at all. How would you handle such a situation?
Mm, so we'll escalate, means I'll bring this to my manager. I'll inform him it is happening frequently, so we cannot to complete our targets, we need to discuss, we need to meet every day. We'll have the um, he has to be there in the meetings to complete the tasks, right? So I'll inform my manager. We'll set up a meeting with him, and we'll give a clear, we'll tell him clearly that we need him in the meetings, and he has to complete his uh, tasks on time.
Okay. Since you also worked as a SRE for almost 4 years right now, I'll give you a run book, right? And I want you to figure out how good that run book is, right? And what are the things you look for in that particular run book to say that, hey, this is very well written, like perfect. On a scale of 1 to 5, it is 5, right? What are the things you look for to kind of assess that?
I'll evaluate the documentation, how he wrote the run book. Mine means step by step process, how the things will, when we rectified a issue. So I look for each and every step included there, and is there any possibility to um, uh, how we resolved the issue? Those should be mentioned in the run book, and if
Uh-huh. apart from the technical details on the runbook, right? Typically, I would look for certain sections, right, in the runbook. Can you like tell me what are the main sections that a runbook should have?
Yeah, I think main sections would be environments and how anyone can uh, by seeing the run book, anyone can uh, do that task. Means anyone can run the process. They are able to resolve the issue by seeing the run book. So it should be in a easily understandable manner.
Okay, all right.
Environment,
any
secrets.
specific questions for us?
Yeah, what is the team size and what are the day-to-day activities?
The team, I think, currently is about 6 people that we have, at least from our side, from Tech Systems. And the day-to-day responsibilities primarily looks like I'm not part of the team, but based on the job description I've seen now, it's making sure the data recovery procedures are done well and automation is implemented. And prove that every I don't know how often they're going to do, once a quarter maybe, or once a month maybe, make sure they can actually create that failover and data is completely able to recover to the point where they are specifying it from any type of failures and things like that. That's unrehabilitations, obviously, any vulnerabilities and all that kind of stuff. It's typically done by the SRE teams out there in Capital One. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thoroughly involved in data recovery in Fanime, taking the backups and restoring process, documenting everything, setting up the cron jobs to delete unused backups and making sure all the backups are uploaded to the S3 buckets and we are able to restore them properly. Data recovery process, yeah, I involved from A to Z process in the Fanime. And also, I have set up the monitoring dashboards. I am the person set up the complete monitoring for CPU utilization, load balancers, health check, everything through the Terraform modules.
Okay, all right. I don't have any further questions. Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining and have a wonderful day.